Hey, what's up, YouTube? Mike from Mass here, Mass Aquariums. And this is a video I've been wanting to shoot for a long time. So much that I shot it the other night, and Capture failed to upload but 2 minutes of the video. So I'll try to make this just like the other one, which was a great take, and hopefully won't be as 10 minutes long. And I won't bore the crap out of you guys. But this video I've been wanting to shoot for a long time, and it's the local fish store versus the chain store video. Now, I've seen tons of videos on why not to buy fish from chain stores, top 3 chain stores to not buy fish from, and in the US there's really only 3. There's PetSmart, there's Petco, and there's Walmart. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a take on the other side of it. Now, by no means am I not supporting my local fish store. I love my local fish store, Oceans of Pets. I love going into my local fish store. They know who I am. They talk to me. You can shoot the shit with them all day long. They know the tanks you have. They know what kind of fish you have. They know what they know what you're looking for. And if you need a fish, they'll order it for you, and they'll really order anything you need. So local fish stores are great. That being said, I do love buying a lot of my fish from the big chain stores. I prefer PetSmart, and I think these fish, in my opinion, are almost the ghetto fish of the aquarium world. They're super hardy, in my opinion. I know a lot of PetSmarts and Petco, it's hit or miss, right? You know, you got your high school kids, they get paid next to nothing to go around and scoop whatever fish you want out of the tank. And you can get an African cichlid and a discus in the same day, and they're not going to say, hey, are you putting these in the same tank by any chance? You know, but my PetSmart actually has some knowledgeable employees that will ask you the proper size tank you have when you're buying fish, or what are you mixing this fish with? You hope you're not putting this discus in with your African cichlid. And so I'm fortunate enough around where I am that the PetSmart has knowledgeable employees. And I like the fish from there. Not only are they half the price, but in my opinion, they last longer in your tank. Now, what am I talking about? I almost think the local fish store takes too good care of their fish. Now, PetSmart, Petco's, they have a million tanks, and they all run pretty much at the same parameters. They run neutral pH, their hardness and softness are, all neutral. Where your local fish store, they take specific care of all their fish. Every single tank is prepared and customized to the fish they have in their tank. Now, their German blue rams and their discus and their angels and their rainbows and their saltwater, they're all specific to those fish. Now, you go and buy those fish, and you bring them home to your aquarium, which, like me, I have a million aquariums, and I try to keep all my aquariums somewhat similar, because my tap water is not going to change throughout the tanks, so you try to get your pH regulated, and your temp, and your hardness, and your softness, but it might not be the same as what they're keeping at your local fish store. So even if you drip acclimatize the fish, get that fish to temp, and put them in your aquarium, it might not be the 4 seasons like your local fish store has them. That's why I love to buy a lot of my fish at the big chain stores. You go ask them, hey, what's your pH on this tank? 7. Go to the next tank. What's your pH on this tank? It's roughly 7. What's your hardness? What's your softness? I don't really know. All those fish have traveled their bulk supply. They live in the tank. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying throw out all your rules for buying fish. Look at the fish tank. Is there a dead fish in the tank? Probably don't buy a fish from that tank. Look at the fish tank. Are all the fish lively and they're all bright and colorful? Maybe you want to buy a fish from that tank. Just like any of your rules go for any of your aquarium stores or local fish stores or big chains. You got to pick out the fish you want. But I love buying fish from big chain stores. Not only can you get a great deal on fish and supplies, aka canister filters, sponges, media, heaters, nets, the works, it's all going to be a lower cost than your local fish store. Now, the reason why your local fish store has those things marked up so much is because they have to stay in business to compete with the big chain stores. So I do go to my local fish store, I talk to the people, I do buy product from them, but I prefer to buy a lot of stuff online or at my big chains, because at the end of the day, you're trying to save money for yourself, especially if you have a million tanks. Sorry about the mumbling. PB, love you, girl. Yeah, so I'm going to go in the opposite scale and say I love to buy my fish from my big chain stores. 90% of these fish in this 75 are all from PetSmart. A couple of them are from Petco. My African cichlids, 50% of those from PetSmart. I got a few of the breeds that you can't get at my local fish store. Just like my nano tank, I have my shrimp from my local fish store, because you can't buy those at the big chain stores. But all my guppies, big chain. 30. Got my rams, chain store. Cardinal tetras, rummy nose, big chain store. Now, my 20 long, which I just set up a few weeks ago, that I am about to reveal what I'm breeding. I just went to my local fish store, another local fish store, Ned's, and I got some Apistos. Absolutely gorgeous. But guess what? $36 a pair. One female, one male, $36. Why did I buy them? Because the big chain stores don't have those rare fish that you need. And that's why your local fish store is good. You can find those rare fish that you're not going to find anywhere. The big chain stores, they might have some German blue rams one week, they might not have them for 6 weeks after that. So it's kind of pick and choose. If you need those rare fish, that's where your local fish store is great. But you're going to pay through the nose for them. So, all said and done, I love buying fish from my big chain store. I love buying fish from Petco, from PetSmart. They're hardy fish, they're ghetto street fish. They're not these princess, four-seasoned, super catered to fish that you find at your local fish store that just might not make it at your home in your aquariums. If you take care of the fish, drip acclimatize them, get them right where you need them to go, they might thrive. But they may die, or they may infect your tank with ick because the stress is just too much for them. So, this is Mike from Mass. I hope you're going to leave a lot of comments on this video. I'm sure you will. Tell me what you think about your local fish store. Tell me what you think about your big chain store. Why do you like to buy fish from big chains? Why do you like to buy fish from your local fish store? Why both? What can you get at your local fish store that you can't get at your big chain? What can you get at your big chain that you can't get at your local fish store? I'm sure this video is going to be up for a lot of debate, and that's why I made it. You know my opinion. This is Mike from Mass. Go Pats! I'm out.